Hi everyone. It is Saturday, November 29th, 2025. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. We're going to do family pictures later today, so I'm doing my makeup and getting dressed for that, but I also want to play with some new wigs. I got one that's like really similar to my natural hair color, and I wanted to play with that a little bit. So the kids are all busy right now playing with their car sets. When the boys were little, we had a whole bunch of Hot Wheels and whatnot. And we had like the tracks where you push the button and just, spins and spins and spins. And we over time lost pieces and stuff, and then it became difficult to play games on the floor when Tilk got a bit older because he would just kind of like lay on top of everything. So the little kids had never had these toys. The other day Robbie bought a Hot Wheels set, well, a couple of them, so he could make it go all the way from the kitchen all the way through to the back of the house and up through their bedroom, and like he built this whole thing. And then Rob's like, wait, we should get the kind that is motorized. You push the button. So we got one of those, and it was supposed to be for Christmas, but he was too excited, so he gave it to the kids early, which is fine. Like, we rarely actually wait till Christmas Day to give the kids their Christmas presents. We get too excited. Oh, if you're wondering what's all over my fingers, that's marker. At work, one of my caregiving clients, she loves to color, and so we do a lot of coloring together, and her markers tend to leak and stain my fingers. Let's see if I can get that off of there. I forgot it was on there. But I've been basically coloring pictures for days. Like, not the whole day, but like we'll sit and color or do puzzles or whatever. Lots of fun activities. But anyway, I'm going to try to do my makeup a little more natural for the picture. Just because my husband's really not crazy about my goth style makeup. So. But I really hope we get to do the family picture, because I tried to do it the other day on Thanksgiving, and the kids didn't want to do it in the morning. And then by the time evening rolled around, Robbie had other obligations, taking care of a friend's dogs, and he disappeared to go do that, and then Dylan left, and we just didn't get the picture done. So hopefully we'll get it done today. But I think Braytech and Ronan both work till 7 though, so but I would really like to get a family picture done. The last one we did was 4 months ago, like the day that Robbie got home from the army. He's doing pretty well. For a while, he had lost touch with his best friend, and he really thought, like, we both thought that maybe this friend just didn't want to be friends anymore because he couldn't get a hold of him, and it was, like, really sad. It's the guy that saved his life that day when he got, when his drink got spiked at the bar. And it turned out that he had just lost his phone and didn't know how to get back in contact. But now they're back in contact, and everything's, he gets to hear from his friends over there, and that's real nice. He needs that. How natural do I really want to go? Maybe I'll just do like pinks and like I feel like when I do my makeup too natural, it just doesn't look like me. Oh, when I put on the brown wig, yesterday, just to try it out, some of my kids were like, oh my gosh, that looks so nice. And others were like, it doesn't look like you. Which is pretty funny. They're so used to seeing me with brightly colored hair. I have not had my hair like my natural color in a long time. Like when I was pregnant, I didn't bleach my hair, so my hair would grow out. And like when my first few kids were little, I didn't color my hair because like I believed that I needed to, you know, look a certain way to be respectable as a mom or whatever. And so I didn't color my hair. I didn't really wear makeup. And like I feel like I had lost a piece of myself, and I didn't realize how much I had lost until years later when I was like, I don't even know who I am as a person. Like I knew who I was as a mom, but I didn't know me as a person anymore. And so I went back to hobbies that gave me joy. And one of those things was doing makeup. And I had to relearn a lot of stuff because it had been so long. When I first started doing makeup, I was not good at it at all. I joined a makeup group on Facebook and like paid attention to like the tips and tricks and all of that. I made a lot of friends on there. I'm sure some of them are watching here now. I know you're watching, Joy. And Cadillac. You guys have been awesome. Such great supporters through all the ups and downs. You guys have been awesome. You guys helped me on my journey to finding me again. And honestly, finding myself again, it got me out of depression. I was in like severe burnout too. And it's funny because the way forward when I was in burnout was to actually do more of the things that I loved, which meant actually getting less sleep because I was getting up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to do stuff like this. And it gave me so much back that I had just completely lost for so long. Moral of the story is, guys, it's so easy to lose yourself in motherhood, and there's nothing wrong with giving your all. You know, your kids need that. You should absolutely be prepared to sacrifice at least some of your time and energy and sleep and all of that to raise kids if you choose to have children. It is a sacrifice. It is a very big sacrifice. But don't lose yourself, because it's very hard to get yourself back. I did my makeup almost the same way as I did on, I think it was Friday. But I'm going to do natural lipstick instead of doing black and pink. I'm going to do the browns. But so back to what I was saying, when I put that brown wig on, it is pretty. It looks nice. But my kids are like, Mom, it doesn't look like you. And they're not wrong. I did think about dyeing my hair back to brown because honestly my husband really doesn't like the brightly colored hair. He's supportive of it. He just doesn't like it. I actually usually will wash my face before he comes home from work if I'm here before he is. It's kind of funny, you know. There's a lot of like, I remember like back in the 1950s or whatever, they would have all these magazines and stuff that would tell women to make sure you do your makeup and have a fresh face when your husband gets home from work or blah, blah, blah. Mine's completely opposite. Um, he's like, he doesn't want to kiss me if I have lipstick on because it gets on him. I get it, you know. I'm not offended by that. I don't mind washing my face off when I get home anyway. But my healthcare clients love my makeup and they get excited to see what new look I'm going to do each day. So I like to do my makeup before work and then, you know, at the end of the day, it's also nice to be appreciated for the way I look without it. My husband wasn't always so supportive of my hobbies. When I first started doing makeup, he laughed at me a lot. I wasn't very good at it, but still. But he's really supportive now. He's been really, really sweet. Like, if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that we almost divorced. But 5 months ago, we got back together. And things have been so much better. Sometimes I'm still afraid that what if it doesn't stay better? But so far it has. And he's been so sweet. Like, kind of spoiling me a little bit. Like, when we were dating. And it's just... If you would have asked me a year ago, I definitely didn't think I could fall in love with him again. But... I absolutely have. It's been a journey. And I'm really glad we're in the place we are now. What color do I want to do though? Here's the problem. I don't know what color lipstick to do. I don't know if I want to do brown or if I want to go with the more red, but the red that I have is like really dark. So I don't know if I want to do that. I'm looking at my other palettes that are under here. All browns. Maybe I got something in here. You know what? Maybe I haven't used this palette for a long time. This is a palette that Rob got for me actually a couple years ago on my birthday. And I hardly ever used it. I think these will work. Yeah. Kind of a dusty rose sort of color. I do like to overline just slightly. Not too much. Kind of reminds me of a Mary Kay color I had called Suede when I was a senior in high school. When I decided that my makeup needed to look more sophisticated and grown up. Oof, that one's too light. Actually, all of these are looking a bit too light, except that one. I might just have to do more of this color. And then outline it with a darker one. Let's see, which darker one? No, that's too brown. Oh, there we go. That'll work. I don't know if I've really talked about how my husband and I met. I mean, I have at some point, but I don't know if it's still on my channel. We met in a missions group, a church group, and now I say that we met in a cult because it was very heavily like purity culture. Joshua Harris, I Kissed Dating Goodbye, that sort of thing. I feel like this would do good with like a tinted. There we go. No. This has a little bit of tint in it, only because it's been kind of contaminated by me using it exactly like this. There we go. Here's my mascara. Oh, there it is. And then I'm going to put on that brown wig. Although I can't find my wig cap anywhere. I know I have several of them. I just don't keeps having. Oh, here's one. Although I'm not going to have the wig on for pictures, I don't think. Okay, adjust this so it stays on better. Also, I can't find my wig headband thing that keeps these on better when I'm like bouncing around. I have to get a new one. Oh gosh, it stuck to my lipstick. There we go. I feel like I should almost cut the bangs on this, but I don't know. Because it kind of keeps wanting to fall in my face. I don't really see too much of my forehead. It's not bad though. But I do feel like I need to have some bangs like right here. Where's my scissors? Ah. Should have done that before I did my makeup, maybe. Wait, where's my... Yeah, I like that better. I just need pigtails. I do. Maybe we could do pigtails. Some pigtails in it. I do have those little ponytails. Where'd they go? Just bought a whole new bag of them. Here we dropped them on the floor. This is actually a really nice wig. You can't really see the pigtail. That's okay. Maybe I should do that over. This almost makes me want to dye my hair brown. Although I would probably have to bleach the color out of it first. I mean, my natural color is not, it's not like it's horrible or anything. You know, I just don't, it just feels so normal. You know what I mean? Stay put. Oof. Do I like that or do I hate it? Ah! My wig cap came off. I might end up taking the pigtails out of this because this looks like a disaster. Wait, where's my, oh, apparently I also dropped that on the floor. I think to do the pigtails I need it off my head because it's just wiggling around too much. And there goes the wig cap again. Where'd it go? Oh, it's still on my ponytail. Okay. Okay, now let's try it. Back on the floor. Pick that up later. Gosh. Ah, does this still look wonky? It's like maybe it's the way the plastic hair just kind of sits weird. Looks fine on one side, weird on the other. Scrapping the ponytails. I guess that'll do. See you soon.